So, as y'all can tell by the title, as y'all can tell by the just every I don't dude, how the hell do I even begin this video? This is such a weird topic, to be honest. I never thought I'd be in this position. I gotta be honest. I really thought I'd never be in this position where I'd like legitimately ask myself, do I enjoy Hearthstone? And that's kind of the big issue that I have, is that Hearthstone has had too much power over me recently. And honestly, by recently, I mean within like the past like 3 years. The past like 3 to 5 years, Hearthstone has had way too much influence over everything that I do. Okay? And that, honest to God, is a problem. I spend way too much time playing this game, and I justify it by making content and by quote-unquote making a living, right? The big issue right now is that I'm not making a good living for myself. I'm just not. I am in a position to where every month is a challenge to get through. It feels like I am constantly catching up from bad months that Hearthstone experiences. Because when Hearthstone has a bad month, I have a terrible month. It's not if you enjoy Hearthstone, you want to enjoy it, but you can't. And that is part of it. We'll get into that here in a second. But it's just like, this is the reason why I have been enjoying Hearthstone mainly, is because my content has been suffering. And it's hard for me to come up with ideas that'll help me pay my rent, right? And Hearthstone has had so much power over me, where it's like, when the game doesn't do well, I shut down, dude. I don't think you guys understand, like, how bad it gets on the days that I don't stream, where I'm like, dude, what do I even do? And that's been, like, the big question that I've had almost every single day that I have logged into Ungoro 2. Oh, God, the cards didn't land. What do I do? Oh, God, I have to make a video. What do I do? I have to pay my rent at the end of the week, at the end of the month. What do I do? And I gotta be honest, guys, I am really tired of feeling this way. I am really tired of my life and my mentality being dictated by how good or how bad Hearthstone is. And so what I think I need to start doing is I need to diversify to save my career, to be honest. I have had a lot of friends that I'm close with that are in content or some sort of like, you know, like music creation. Like they're all creators. I've had a lot of creators come up to me and ask me, Clark, why do you spend so much time on Hearthstone when you could do like more stuff with music, for example, or play other games, make videos on your YouTube channel dedicated to all this other stuff? And the reason that and the explanation that I always give them is that that's my niche, is that people watch me for this, right? They watch me because they like me playing Hearthstone. They found the content. They want to learn more from me. They found a deck that I'm really good with, and they just want to pick my brain and figure out how to play it themselves. That's my current role as a content creator. And I said this earlier on stream, and I feel like this is the best way to kind of translate why exactly I am not feeling motivated recently. Because people just look at me as a Hearthstone guy on YouTube and on Twitch. And this is the quote that I said earlier on stream. If people think of Hearthstone and then they think of me, I'm perfectly okay with that. But if people think of me and they immediately think of Hearthstone, that's a problem. I'm not just talking about viewers. I'm talking about my bandmates nowadays, my family. Everyone that knows me knows that I do Hearthstone. And I think that's a problem at this point. Because right now, where I'm sitting from, I can't justify what I've built up so far. Yeah, and it's tough to switch it up, man. And I really feel like I'm speaking from the heart here. Because, like, I have not done everything correctly. All right, I have missed out on sponsorships. I have missed out on essentially free money for playing games, and most of the time that I don't accept these sponsorships because I really don't want to waste my time with the game that I'm not going to have fun with, and that it's not going to, you know, make me feel better. You know, I feel like the only way to really make things better is to go in a different direction, because I want Hearthstone just to be another thing that I could do. This is not goodbye. This is I'll see you later. You know what I mean? And I want to be able to just log into the game whenever I feel like logging on. instead of it being a thing where every single day, no matter if it's good, if it's bad, if the community is praising the game or actively shitting on all the things like with the gacha mechanics, no matter how good or how bad it is, I have to log in and I have to, do my piece, essentially, right? And I feel like what I might need to start doing is trying the full-time, variety content, take that train until it crashes, and then if it does crash, then I need to be realistic with myself, and I need to go back to part-time content creation. I'm essentially at the point now where I need stability more than I need to, quote-unquote, chase my dreams right now. I've been chasing my dreams essentially since I turned 19. Trying to become a musician, trying to get into content creation around the time I was like 20, 21-ish. Like, I've been on this journey for almost 10 years. And yeah, I have a Twitch following, and yes, I have a YouTube channel. But aside from that, I really, personally don't feel like I have much to show for it. Like, I have this swag, and I have, these esports memories and stuff like that. But I'm almost 30 now. I'm nowhere closer to getting a house. I'm nowhere closer to upgrading my car because my car fucking sucks right now and has been on its way out for the past couple of years. And if that goes out, I don't have a car. This isn't, I'm all by myself. I don't have a family that I'm building up right now. And I have to think about, my other, other people in my family. My brother just got married last year. And he's about to hopefully get himself a house in the next couple of years after him and his wife, build up their nest egg. And yet here I am bitching about what Imbue Hunter is doing to me. You know what I mean? I am hopelessly, in my opinion, falling behind in real life because of everything I'm doing with this game. And in return, I keep getting told by Blizzard to please wait. Please wait. The game will get better. The game will get better. Guys, I've been doing this for too long for you to tell me to wait longer. I've been struggling. Mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. And physically. I have recently started to exercise more so that way I don't have to think about Hearthstone. Instead of waking up and I go to my computer and I look at HS Guru to figure out what I'm doing for the day, I go on a walk and I run. And I get some exercise, and I spend some time with my dog. That's the most important part of my day now. And I feel like the reason why it's the most important part of my day is because I'm not enjoying the process anymore. Hearthstone has burnt me out so much that the idea of starting anything new is terrifying. The point that I'm trying to make is that I have a great presence online, and I have a great presence on the platforms that I have built up. But if I take away those platforms, dude, I have fucking nothing. Genuinely speaking. I have put so much time and so much of my life into this game, and it's this is why I'm making this decision. I'm tired of being tired. I'm tired of being depressed. I'm tired of playing this game and it actively making me feel worse. And it's gotten so bad to where playing other games feels like a chore because it's not Hearthstone and I quote-unquote don't know how to play it. You know what I mean? I think you're funny and interesting enough to pull off some variety. Oh, thank you, dude. Seriously. I need more reinforcement like that. Because I'm going to be honest. I don't believe that myself. I don't think I'm funny. I don't think I'm entertaining. I think I'm loud, annoying, and good at card games. A lot of this does just come from my own fucked up sense of what my self-worth is, which is something I really am trying to work on. But at the end of the day, I need to enjoy what I am doing. I need to enjoy making content. I need to enjoy whatever it is my primary job is. I need to be able to, do my job, and even if I don't like it, I still get through it, and then I have something at the end of the day that makes me enjoy things. Because one thing that I have been struggling with personally is unwinding after a day. Chat, I don't know how to relax. I'm constantly in front of my PC, constantly looking at my screens, asking myself the question, what the fuck am I forgetting now? Did I forget to make a thumbnail? Did I forget to edit this, to include this game? Like all this other stuff, dude. It's just like, I'm just not enjoying the process anymore. And case in point, dude, I really looked at myself in the mirror recently where I was like, on my 29th birthday, I really want to do more music. And yet, here I am a month later after my birthday when we did the subathon where I played music on stream. I haven't done that since. Because the idea of finally releasing myself of the shackles of Hearthstone is so fucking terrifying. And I need to stop being terrified. I have been saying this phrase a lot in the streams recently, and that is to create unapologetically. Now, what do I mean by that? I do not mean, you know, I do not mean be an asshole to the point where you aren't, you know, apologizing for it. That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. I mean that you are a creator and your job is to create unapologetically, meaning that you make the videos that people are there to see from you. You do not care about any of the outside forces. You do not care about the trolls that might, you know, comment on your video being like, haha, stupid idea. Like, you're not going to give into any of the negativity that surrounds your community or yourself. If you are going to be a creator in today's time, you need to literally believe 110% in the content and in the quality that you are putting out to people. Otherwise, why are you doing it? All these years later, Broad still reads comments. Of course I do. Every creator that says they don't read comments lies. They read Twitter comments. They read YouTube comments. Obviously, they read Twitch chat. And it's like, you gotta be able to... Like, this isn't even necessarily a thing of stop listening to the trolls, just do what you make. It's more so the idea of this is one of those career paths where you will sometimes be wrong and you need to accept that sometimes you make a video and it's not right. I have made several videos where the idea of getting it out faster was more important than being accurate, and I have been eaten alive in the comments because of it. But did that stop me? No. The point that I'm trying to make is that if you're going to survive in this type of industry, you have to have a vision. You have to have essentially your format, your formula. You need to have your Krabby Patty secret formula, and you need to make that shit every fucking day. Every day. Whether it is streaming or editing or figuring out a schedule that works for your week, you need to do that unapologetically. You need to continue to do it, and you can't abandon the overall mission. And I have been doing that. I've been abandoning the mission. I remember back when I first started streaming being like, why aren't I doing this every day? I would love to do this every day. This sounds like the dream job. And now here I am all these years later where I've completed a lot of my original goals when I first started doing content creation. And now I'm looking for every excuse not to turn on the fucking camera. I really need to be in a position to where I'm enjoying what I'm doing again. And the last thing that I'll share with you guys before I wrap this up is that I really don't even know what I want to do anymore. I gotta be honest. I don't know if music is the direction. I don't know if variety gaming is the direction. I don't know if maining another game is gonna be the best thing for my intentions. Like I'm legitimately thinking of going to a career counselor because I am the type of person that needs to enjoy what my job is to some degree. If I don't enjoy what I am doing, it is the easiest way for me to be depressed. Case in point, when I was working at Papa John's during college, the 6 or 8 months that I worked there was some of the most miserable points in my recent life. Because waking up with no ambition is the easiest way to do routines without a cause. The worst thing that you can do is to put yourself in a routine that, first of all, you don't enjoy, but doesn't help you create a better life. It's one thing to work at Papa John's in order to build up income so that way I could graduate from whatever and then move on to the next thing, right? It's another thing when you're just trying to get, you know, your nut every day and just get through the fucking week. And I already know that if I am just someone chasing a paycheck every single fucking week, I'm going to be the most miserable person to hang out with. I'm going to be the most toxic version of myself, and I genuinely do not want that for my life. I have to figure out the nice mix of doing things professionally that elevate whatever career I'm trying to be a part of, mixing that with just living and just being happy. And I have none of that at the moment, in my personal opinion. So I figured that I'd share this in order to really give you guys a look behind the curtains of how anxious I am as a person. Because holy fuck, dude. If I can convince myself to not do something, I stay at home and do nothing all day. It's not good. I'm trying to fix that. And it's just like, I really feel like it's important for me to talk about this kind of stuff because a lot of people are just going to be like, oh, Clark, obviously you would take a break from Hearthstone right now because the game sucks. And it's like, yeah, that's part of it. But that's a very small piece of why I'm taking a break. The meta does suck, but it is just a matter of my livelihood and my mental health and my sanity are not worth waiting for the next expansion and streaming this game every single fucking day. Streaming is so much work off stream. It really is. Streaming is so much of the work right now. It really kills all the fun in it. You are forced to farm brain rot shit form content. Yeah, I agree. I do believe you are a really good content creator. Most of what you bring to the stream recently, since Hearthstone has been lacking, is not Hearthstone gameplay. It's your personality. It's your personality that keeps me coming back. Some evils happen for good, and I think this failure of the game can end up being positive for you as a person. The change will hurt because any big change hurts. I do believe you can grow past the pain and come across the other side much better than today. And remember what I was saying right now, or what I was saying earlier when my bandmates were like, "Yo, I think I missed this point." There's something that one of my bandmates told me where they're like, "Clark, you've already peaked in Hearthstone. You're not getting any bigger. This is your peak. And you need to take that peak and you need to roll with it and create something new." They're essentially telling me that even people that don't play this game, that just see me when they see me, and obviously I complain about certain things, you know, blah, 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 blah. They hear about a lot of this stuff secondhand. But it's just like, even they are like, "Clark, you should start doing something else because I need to take the tools that I have learned from Hearthstone and apply them to other forms of content creation." I really feel like it's going to be the best thing for me right now. Really happy for you taking this step. To be honest, it's not an easy one. You're truly stepping out of your comfort zone. I love your content, and I'll miss you during this time. I wish you all the success and joy in what's next. And that is another thing, man. It is stepping out of my comfort zone. Playing Hollow Knight and being bad vulnerably in front of an audience is not exactly the easiest thing to do. Especially when I know all these things about content creation where, like, you have to be entertaining, you have to do, like, all this kind of stuff, blah, 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 blah. The biggest thing is just not getting ridiculously mad. You can get mad and you can make meme moments of it, but if all you're doing is getting mad, only so much you can do with that, right? What makes me money right now? What makes me money is YouTube, my sponsorships, Twitch, Patreon doesn't really help a lot, but it helps a little bit. Obviously, donations are huge, but it's primarily my sponsorships, YouTube and Twitch that are making my income. And I'll tell you right now, Twitch, my last payment I think was barely $700. My last YouTube check was $600. My rent's $1,100 a month, plus my bills. Like, it's rough right now, man. So I have to get going. So I guess I'll end this by saying this. And keep in mind, like, I didn't plan anything of what I was gonna say today. Just kind of you know, if I thought about it, I said it. The thing that I really need to focus on is building with intent. I need to have a vision again. Back when I started this, I had a vision. The vision was create combo, make video. I need to rediscover what that vision is. And maybe what we decide to do is we'll do, like, weekly content where, like, every Monday is, like, a music Monday or a Marvel Monday or something. Tuesdays or, like, whatever. Wednesdays or whatever. maybe that could be the way to keep like the variety going. Or maybe I'll have like, you know, like a fuck it Friday. We're like, fuck it, I'm just gonna play whatever I feel like playing today. You know, that sort of thing. I feel like that might be the direction that we end up going. But I need some time in order to figure out what it is exactly that I want. But more importantly, once I figure out what I want, I need to figure out how to make it happen. You can't bake a cake without a recipe if you've never baked a cake before. And I'm going to start actually, you know, reading recipes and figuring out how to better myself instead of just using Hearthstone as an escape. Because I have been. I've been using Hearthstone as an escape for so long that leaving this game causes me anxiety. So taking a break feels like the best thing possible. This is not goodbye. This is see you later. I will come back for the 29th in order to watch the EU versus China event. I'm not going to be actually playing the game, but I will be watching that event on Twitch. But other than that, maybe like with Theorycraft or whatever. I think the next time I'm going to play Hearthstone is probably going to be Theorycraft. So I hope that this is not depressing to people watching this. I hope that it is enlightening, or at least, you know, showing off what is happening behind the scenes, giving you guys my direct opinions on this stuff, and I just hope it contextualizes a lot of things, you know? I don't want you guys to leave because I'm not playing Hearthstone, but if all you care about is me playing Hearthstone, then you will see me again. You know what I mean? I don't want to take that away from anybody, but at the end of the day, if you think of Hearthstone and you think of Clark HELLSCREAM, I cannot appreciate you enough for that. But if you think of Clark HELLSCREAM and you immediately think Hearthstone, I really hope that I can do something in this next year to make you think of something else first whenever you think of me. My opinions, my personality, my music tastes. Fuck. If you were to be like, hey, Clark loves JJK as the first thing instead of Hearthstone, I'd be like, you know what? Fuck yeah, man. Unplayable dog shit combo, I think of Clark and laugh. And you know what? That's fine too. A specific avenue of Hearthstone, sure. But as long as it's not just Hearthstone, because I need more than just Hearthstone right now. So thank you all for understanding. Feel free to let me know in the comments below what you guys want to see from me. And we'll see you for the next video.